All right. Well, this is very exciting. It is a pleasure and honor to say hello to the one and only, the man who really needs no introduction. You know this man, Wiz Khalifa, internationally known, massive fight fan as well, known for other things as well. Happy 420, by the way, Wiz, just a
Yes,
couple of
sir.
days ago. Much respect, and of course the CEO of the Professional Fighters League, who make their much anticipated return on Friday, April 23rd. So tomorrow on ESPN Plus and ESPN2 with the debut of the one and only Anthony Showtime Pettis, among many others. Peter Murray, kind enough to join us as well. And they have a big announcement to make. I don't want to make the announcement. I don't have the kind of clout to make that sort of announcement. So I will pass it over to Peter Murray to make the announcement, and then we'll take from there. Peter, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ariel. I'm really excited that Wiz is here, and most importantly, I'm excited to share with fans that Wiz Khalifa has joined the PFL's world-class ownership group. He's in the front office, and we couldn't be more excited working together. He's a gifted cultural icon, music icon, fashion icon, and he's going to play a role in helping us shape the voice of the PFL brand going forward. So very excited, and once again, welcome, Wiz. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be a part of the PFL. Super excited to, just bring what we could bring to the game. Like you said, huge fight fan, just love what I do and love to be around great people. The PFL is a great league, and what they bring to the game is going to be really exciting and dope, and I just can't wait to be a part of it.
Well, this is very cool. Wiz, let me ask you from your perspective, how did this all come about for you to be a part of the team as an investor?
It really just happened naturally. I started my path, my own journey of physical fitness about 3 or 4 years ago, and I ended up going to a gym called Unbreakable, and that's where I started studying martial arts and MMA, and really just kind of getting into the fight community. And just throughout that time, a lot of opportunities have come. People have actually wanted me to do fights and things like that, but I just really wanted to sit and wait for the right opportunity to use what I've learned and what I've gained through the game. And also, moving forward, just try to group up with the right people to take this thing to the future.
Of course, Unbreakable, headed up by the legendary Jay Glazer, and it's been a lot of fun to see your transformation. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I was just looking at your Instagram. I think you were there just yesterday training, right? So you've kept this up.
Yeah, no, it's a lifestyle. It's every day for me, and that's why I feel like the PFL is a great fit. They live what they're talking about. And Pete, me and him, we sat down and we had great conversations about what we feel is the vision for, the future of fighting and entertainment. And, I'm excited.
Peter, why does this make sense for PFL?
Well, I think Wiz touched on it, Ariel. This is an authentic fit. It's part of, MMA is part of Wiz's life. So it's super authentic. And not only is he an amazing global artist, but he is so passionate about the sport. And we have a shared vision for the future of the sport with the PFL and the opportunities that we provide the athletes and the experience that we provide the fans.
So, Wiz, as you know, not only in combat sports and in sports in general, but just in everyday life, you see celebrity investors, and it's just someone lending his or her name to something, but then they don't really have much of a say. They're not very hands-on. Are you that kind of guy, or are you going to be hands-on here?
We're hands-on. I'm gonna be meeting with Peter. We're going to be curating and just the merch and just everything. Really, really put this in people's heads. And like Peter said, it's going to be a great experience for the fighters who are involved and the fans who are either spending their money or taking their time to share it with us.
Peter, Wiz Khalifa isn't the only "quote unquote" celebrity investor that's a part of your ownership group. You have the likes of Ted Leonsis, who owns, of course, the Washington Wizards and Capitals. Kevin Hart, who I think most people have heard of. Mark Burnett. Why is this, been a part of the strategy for PFL to get, massive names in the world of business and entertainment and sports to be a part of the ownership group?
Well, I think first and foremost, our ownership group, world class. I mean, we have business titans, titans from media, sports, entertainment, and technology. I think number one, it's because of the growth of MMA. MMA is a mainstream sport. It's the growth sport of this decade, with 550 million fans around the world. And in our view, they want access to more premium content. And so PFL will play a role as a co-leader in the sport to fulfill that. So our ownership group sees that opportunity. And MMA is still in its early stages of growth. When you compare it to other major sports, 75 years old, 100 years old, 100 plus years old. So this is a growth sport. It's a growth play. And that's why this diverse group of owners are coming into the PFL, including Wiz. And we're going to have a good time.
Wiz, when you started training and your body was changing in front of our eyes, you were always known as the skinny guy, but then you started to become like, the buff guy. There were always some whispers that you might try your hand at one fight. Is this your way of getting in the door? Like, are we going to see a Wiz Khalifa PFL fight in the near future?
I mean, I wouldn't count anything out,
How much you weigh right now? I'm just wondering what weight class you'd be in.
I'm a buck 80 walking around.
Okay, so maybe you'd go down to 170, a little weight cut, because the 185 guys would be too big, right?
I just do a little weight cut.
Interesting. Okay, a buck. And because I remember there was a time where like, a whole bunch of people were calling you out, wanting to have like a celebrity fight. I don't know if you know this, but celebrity fights these days pretty popular. Jake Paul and all this stuff. Do you feel like this is good for
Yeah, I think it's really good for combat sports. It ups the competition. It gives a lot of people different opportunities to leave where they might have been before and cross over. And that's what the PFL does too. It's an alternative for people. It gives you a different avenue to enjoy yourself, or as a competitor, it gives you a different avenue to compete, get some money, get some notoriety, and kind of just change the sport and change the way that things are seen. So I feel like anything and everything that pushes combat sports forward is good for what we do, and it's good for the legacy as well.
Fantasy world, if you can humor me for a second, if you can have one fight against someone in a PFL cage, who are you calling out?
Who would I call out? See, I'm all about good fights. It's got to be a good fight. So I would have to get set up. I would have to let somebody else put me up against somebody else and then see what the stats are. And you know what I mean? I want it to be good for everybody. So let's let Peter set that up.
So you have no beefs? No beefs? No one that you want to call out?
Oh, no, I'm all about peace and love, man. So anybody that I get in the ring with, I'm just going to give them a lot of love,
Okay. All right. Peter, has this been, dare I ask, has this been discussed? Because this was a thing a few years ago. Like everyone was thinking, even Jay Glazer was saying that, Wiz was roughing him up in the gym. Is this a thing that you guys will try to explore?
Listen, first and foremost, Wiz's an artist. Secondly, his MMA lifestyle, where it meets the PFL. Who knows what road we go down together? But at the outset, we're going to collaborate, and Wiz is our music director. We're going to co-produce content together for MMA fans. And, I truly believe this really illustrates Wiz coming on board with the PFL. Just the MMA is absolutely a mainstream sport, and what the PFL is doing is special. Mm-hmm. And we play a role in the sport for fans and the fighters. So I could be more excited. And anytime Wiz wants to step in the cage to train or perhaps compete, he knows the door is always open.
Wiz, as far as training is concerned, I know you do jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing. Which is your favorite to partake in?
I love all of them. They're all pretty unique. Boxing, Muay Thai, Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling. I have a respect for all of them. And anybody who gets in there and does either one of them, whether you mix them up and you do mixed martial arts or whether you practice one or two at a time, it's a lot that goes into it. And there's a lot of respect for each sport. And, that's why I feel like it's great for the PFL as well, because we get to build up superstars from the ground up. You're going to see people who but you're also going to get to follow people from their beginning and see them maybe start with really good stand-up and not as good jiu-jitsu, but then they're going to learn and they're going to get better and better. And, it's may the best man win. And that's what it really is in the gym, is you put it all together and you throw it all out there in the cage.
And just to come over the top, sorry, Ariel, on
No
that best man or woman win, we got Claressa Shields making her debut June 10th on ESPN, her MMA debut with the PFL. Greatest woman of all time boxer, 2 Olympic gold medals, the only man or woman to achieve that in U.S. Olympic history, 4 world title professional boxing belts, and now she's taking on this sport. And let me tell you, she's going to bring it, and she's committed to it. And so when Wiz talks about athletes coming into the game, we got elite athletes who are in combat coming into the game, coming into the PFL, and fans are going to see how her skills, from her history in boxing and what she's been honing in on, and how she's going to apply that to the cage. It's going to be really exciting. So just another opportunity for fans this coming season beyond our regular season playoff and championship events.
Yeah, Kayla Harrison
and
as well.
Our cards are stacked. Our cards are stacked. Ariel, we've been talking a long time, and we're excited about this 3rd season. And you mentioned earlier with Anthony Pettis making his debut this Friday night, fighting Clay Collard, returning champions for the PFL, Nathan Schulte. And then we got Lance Palmer against Bubba Jenkins. I mean, these are great fights, great fighters and great fights. And the fact that these fighters, it's all about win in advance, lose and go home, that's inspirational to anybody. And Wiz and I talked a lot about that in terms of earning it in life and earning it in sports. And that's what we provide the athletes.
Wiz, did you become an MMA fan through training, or were you a fan first of the sport and then you got into training?
I was a fan of the sport first, then I got into training. My cousins, they actually train. They do a lot of jujitsu and stand-up as well. And they're the ones who really, really let me know, like, yo, this is about 10, 12 years ago. It was like, yo, this sport is about to take over. It's about to be crazy. Not only is it going to make a lot of money, but the community, the fight community, it's a big thing. And just being a fan of it and then being able to get into it and know the people and meet the people and the acceptance that you get from the world. It's crazy, man. It's so much fun. And these are real deal superstars, like Peter said, Pettis and Claressa Shields. And these are top tier athletes, and they're coming over to represent the PFL. So it's really dope.
Do you have a favorite fighter?
My favorite fighter of all time is John Jones, for sure.
Okay, why?
I like his body type. I like how he fights. I like I like his like what he does in the ring. He's good stand up. He's good jujitsu. He's great wrestling. He's just an all around good fighter. If there's anybody I can model myself after, it would definitely be John Jones. And
just curious, big time MMA bout, big time boxing bout. You're choosing to watch the MMA fight?
Nowadays, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
100%. Hell yeah.
And I think a lot of people would agree with that. Before I let you go, just tell me the truth here. Cap or no cap, as the kids like to say. Jake Glazer said when you hit him to the body, it hurt more than when Chuck Liddell hit him to the body or Randy Couture. Is that legit?
That's what we, as the kids, like to call no cap.
Oh.
No kizzy.
I would love to see one of those leg kicks in a bout. I think you should call out Jake Paul for a PFL. He wants to do some MMA stuff. Jake Paul versus Wiz Khalifa in a PFL cage. I know Peter likes the sound of that.
Ariel, the phone has been ringing.
Okay, I bet. Well, congratulations to you both. Very excited to see the PFL back in a big way. We didn't mention Fabricio Verdum as well, a new member of the squad, Olivier Aubert-Mercier. There's a ton of big names who have joined PFL, and now the biggest of them all is the one and only Wiz Khalifa. I don't know when we'll talk again, but I'll see you again. I tried to make a joke there, Wiz. I blew it, It
always works.
I'll tell you all about it when I see. Anyway, I tried my best. Hey, congratulations. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for the time, Peter. Good luck to you guys. And Wiz, pleasure to talk to you. Congratulations on this deal.
Thank you guys too. Peace out, guys. Bye, Peter.
Yeah. Thank you, Ariel. And see you soon, Wiz. Appreciate you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.